just like
We
that, just like that, Dan, week 2 is coming to a close, but not
wait,
until
wait. Let's see if we can
we
hear
get.
this. Hold on, Jay. Hold on. Let's see if we can hear this. Did you hear
Oh,
that?
God, I love that sound. That's like
The
my
little
favorite.
PBR hard coffee Friday.
You know, I didn't know I was drinking with a lady, but that's okay. I'm ready to go.
It's
See, Dan,
fucking
look at that.
coffee, and it's fucking got more. It's got more alcohol than your beer.
Under 30
Douche.
seconds that I got my first dig in. That's what I'm trying to do. Listen, I didn't even introduce. I didn't do nothing. Welcome to Exotica TV, Friday night, 5 o'clock, happy hour-ish. I'm your host, Jay, and my beautiful co-host, Dan. Say hey, Dan.
Hi. Am I pointing to you, Jay, or are you this way?
I am that way. Yes,
That
thank you
way.
very much. Oh man, I've been waiting for this day since last Friday when we were doing this. I will say this week went a little bit faster than what last week did. I think that we've obviously become professionals at this point. I'm waiting for Clear Channel to call me and pay me money instead of us paying money to them for their billboards.
Fuck Clear Channel. Clear Channel doesn't take our billboards.
Oh, you know what? Then they better pay me double because my rate just went up.
Okay.
So welcome everybody to happy hour-ish. This is kind of this is basically the weekend train wreck that is Exotica TV. There's a lot of drinking. There's a lot of me, probably a lot of smoking, a lot of me making technical errors. I mean, really, it goes right along with the whole Exotica TV slogan, which is what could possibly go wrong.
I'm gonna actually the slogan for today is same shit, different day.
Seriously. Quarantine day 419. Please, somebody, I'm down to my last case of beer. I've moved on to gin and tonics. Yeah, it's getting ugly. But you know what?
April Fools, I scared the shit out of you, Jay, because I found this website that could actually generate like fake news, not CNN, but real fake news. And it basically, like I said, Jay, I'm like, holy shit, you're not gonna believe this. It was the governor of Pennsylvania said that alcohol was banned for the rest of the quarantine. I sent it to him. He flipped the fuck out.
It wasn't funny. I was literally I'm down to like my last, like I won't tell you how much beer I bought, but I'm down to like, my last case and a half or whatever. So, I got to get out of here soon. Like I will fight the Rona to be able to go get some booze because I'm not staying inside of my house with my wife and kids without it. So.
Well, as you know, I don't drink beer really. I drink hard liquor or my fucking, as you called it, my coffees. I haven't graduated to White Claw yet. But
I think there might be some White Claw in our future, though. I think there might be. I'm
sure.
looking down in the bottom of my corner of my eye, and I'm seeing something. So,
but I just actually brought my kids back to my ex, and on the way back, I hit the medical marijuana dispensary, so I'm good to go for a while.
Man, you're buried in your man cave.
It's Dan Cave.
The Dan Cave. That's right. Okay, that makes way more sense. Well, listen. Let's jump right into it. I mean, we'll talk about. I see Dan sent me a whole list of stuff that we can talk about. Haven't read a goddamn thing.
Just rest in peace though to Bill Withers. Moment of silence for him.
Lovely day.
Passed away today, and Adam Schlesinger from the MILF Anthem. MILF Anthem. Yeah, Stacy's mommy wrote, and he also wrote the theme to that song and That Thing You Do. That was him that wrote it.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm jumping right into it because,
Sure.
We'll get in another guest and then I'll read the list of questions and stuff that we could talk about and we'll go from there. And we'll have one more person to fill the time so I can drink more, which makes this show way more enjoyable and far less smooth. So, Dan, I'm going to let you do the honors on this. You actually have me beat on how long you've known this person for. I've known her for a long, long time. You go way back. So tell me the story.
I believe she got into the business in 99 or 98. Just nod if I'm right. 99, 98-ish. Okay. And I actually met her. She was with a company whose name we shan't mention, and they promoted her as their new contract girl. I met her for the first time in person in Atlantic City at the old East Coast Video Show.
I
And
was in
the
high
good news
school.
is, Jay, you can't make any old jokes here, motherfucker. Um,
I wasn't in high school, by the way. I was in college. So
but anyway, I think she partially forgives me now because partially introducing her to her ex-husband, who I unfortunately have known longer. But no, I'm kidding. But anyway, AVN Hall of Famer, XBiz Hall of Famer, if XBiz has a Hall of Fame. Actually, everybody's Hall of Fame. Exotica Hall of Famer, even though we don't have one yet.
if
The
we
one,
did,
the
she'd be the first
only,
person in it.
live from Italy, everybody, the one and only Miss TeraPatrick.
Yay!
Yay! What's up, Tara?
Tara,
Oh
holy
man.
shit,
Cheers.
we've known each other
Cheers!
for almost, oh shit, like 20 years. Actually,
20
20 some odd
years.
years. Holy
Yeah,
crap. Cheers.
Back when
It's
Dan
crazy.
was
So
so young and full of
I was,
promise.
I had long hair.
yeah.
I actually
Dan
had
had long
hair and it
hair.
was long.
It was
This is not
long.
gray.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it was like Dan the Mountain Man because you had like really you had like long flowing hair. You had like
Beard.
Trickster hair. Remember that metal band Trickster? Like the
Dan
glam metal
Dan
band
They're
Trickster?
from right around here, actually. I
Dan
talked
Dan
to,
Brokeback Mountain Man.
Jay, you're not allowed to make those jokes. It's
he had
disgusting.
like he had like total glam metal long
No.
hair. You had long
No,
hair.
it was
Tight
long hair,
pants.
but it was always in a ponytail. But anyway,
Yeah.
so
Like
you're in
Brokeback
Italy.
Mountain.
You're in Italy over there. How the fuck is it? I mean, we've heard horror stories.
Yeah. No, we're good. I'm in the northern region, Veneto here, and so we were like the third hardest hit, I guess, statistically. But it's going. Listen, no complaints. I've been locked down, I think, 3 weeks longer than you guys have. It's been a little over a month
Yeah,
here.
we're what, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, and listen, if I can stick with red wine, then, we don't need to resort to White Claw or Everclear or any other type of lighter fluid that.
Well,
What's
Everclear could be hand sanitizer also, though, so that's good.
Oh, I think the worst thing, I've had a lot of bad things in my mouth over the years, but the worst would have to be Boone's Farm. Boone's Farm was pretty bad.
I remember.
I think it was like, yeah, right? It was like a strawberry one, I remember. I
It
can't
was
even
like
smell
$2
it.
a bottle. You couldn't go wrong. That and
Yeah.
Mad Dog 2020,
No,
MD
you
2020,
could go wrong, Dan. I did go wrong.
and
Everybody's
Ripple.
got one of those alcohols that you just overdid in high school and have never touched again. Mine's Captain
I
Morgan.
can't smell it.
Mine's
Captain.
gin.
Oh yeah, Captain Morgan's crushed me. It was
Yeah, gin.
Gin?
I drank so much. I was with Gabe, our good friend Gabe. We went to
Oh.
Brooklyn. I forgot who. Oh, I know who we saw. Jesus Christ. This is a story for another day where we backed into a state trooper. But anyway, we went to go see Skid Row there on Thanksgiving Eve.
That's good one.
I remember pulling over on the Brooklyn Queens Expressway on the way home. We pulled over. I actually puked to the whole, and this is going back to cassettes, to the whole first side of Operation Crime by Queensryche.
Oh my God.
I can remember that, and Jägermeister I can't touch either.
I can't either because of Charmaine, which
Ooh.
this is the first time I ever met you, Jay, was with Charmaine.
Yep.
And we were all three together. Forgive me, Grace. I know that sounds worse than it really is. But yeah, I remember the three of us. And it was funny because Jaeger, I could smell it on her because she's so little, So it was like she would do 2 shots. And I was like, oh, what have you been drinking? She's such a lightweight. But yeah, I can't smell Jaeger and I can't smell gin. Both of those just send me back to a really.
So we're good. So we'll stay away from the same shit. So we'll stay away from Jay. Do you know Charmaine Starr is the wind beneath Jay's wings?
So true. Okay, so I will say Charmaine has been like, since I started this thing 14 years ago, like when I first met, not even when I met her, she was just like my like porn girl, right? Like just everybody's got one. Everybody knows like that they're your go-to search bar chick, like, and I would always say, I don't ever want to meet that person because when I do, it ruins it. And it doesn't ruin
Oh,
it.
okay.
They can either be awesome and it ruins
Right.
it, or they can be horrible human beings and it ruins it. So like it's funny because I do know Char, and over the years, like it's been the kind of the running joke that she was always my favorite. And I purposely, for the first like 6 years of doing the show, just stayed away because I was like, if I
Yeah.
meet her, then it'll ruin it, and if I, either way, it's going to go badly. But in a weird way, I've met her, I'm friends with her, and it still doesn't ruin it for me.
Well,
So
your white whale is Kobe Tai. So if anybody out there knows where Kobe Tai is, there is a bounty on her to get her to one of the
They do say, though, there is this saying, like, don't meet your heroes, or because I think that for some people, everyone's had like a bad experience with someone that they idolized or someone that they really liked. And I can tell you from years of doing Exoticas, I would have fans, and this goes to like fans would say, what's like the craziest things fans say to you? And kind of relating to what you said, Jay, I have to, in the beginning, I used to get a little offended, but now I tell myself, okay, this is all those years of looking at me online or through their, like you said, through their browser or whatever. And I would, guys would come up to me and say random things like, oh my gosh, you're so big in person. You're so much bigger in person. Just they would just blurt out. Yeah, but they would just blurt out. And I was like, okay, this has to be nerves, but like
it's a one-way relationship. You know what I mean? It's very like, and it happens nowadays at our shows. You have a lot of cam models and a lot of, anybody that's, in the public eye. When the general public watches you and is a fan of you, they get to a point where they feel like they know you, and all of a sudden you get face to face, and it's like, can, I'm sure, be a little bit odd.
Well, they see the real you, kind of like what you were saying. And I've had guys actually say, and I remember one saying to me, "You do not disappoint." And I was like, okay, like, I mean, I didn't know if he was gonna. I actually did have a guy bring me a fleshlight, and there was still hair matted on it. I mean, I'm telling you, I was like,
you have a puking sound effect, Jay?
Well, oh my God, I just totally even forgot about the sound effects. Like,
so I'm like, is this? Oh, I wanted them to cue "Wind Beneath My Wings" when Dan said that.
We'll tell you the story another time, but
but I wanted that song. I wanted that song.
We had Jay a lap dance to "Wind Beneath My Wings" at one of our Sunday rap parties. It was comical. So Exxxotica, so you've been to, I mean, well, we've had what, Jay, 41 shows now?
Yeah.
I mean, Tara's had to, but you took a little bit of a break, but probably.
And show one?
You
were at show one. You're the reason, you and X are the reason how I met this fucker.
I've told, it's all your fault. No, I've told the story before.
TeraPatrick. I proved the day I met you.
I've told the story before, and for people that are fans of Exxxotica or have come over the years and just like are coming back time and time again, there would not be an Exxxotica today if it wasn't for what TeraPatrick did in year 1, 2, and 3. It literally,
there wouldn't be an Exxxotica if it wasn't for TeraPatrick, because she introduced you to me and I helped make this fucking mess.
Somehow Dan's involved in everything. Have you ever seen that? So
Dan is really the wind beneath your wings.
When we first started this thing, I mean, think about it. It was 14 years ago. So which is like 8 lifetimes in an adult. And so when we started, it was not the landscape of what it is today. We had the very first year, we just faked it till we made it. Like if ever there's business advice to give to anybody that's starting out, like just pretend like it's going to be okay, and maybe it will be, because that's basically how Exxxotica started. And nowadays it's like, you have 200 top adult stars. You have 150 webcam models. You have, and the show is only as good as its collective group, right? When we first started it, like if you had TeraPatrick, Ron Jeremy, and Jenna Jameson in a room, you had the adult industry. It was the 3 names that like everybody knew, and it meant everything. And so when Tara first signed on the very first year, she was the first big name that we had on this thing, and it made the show's success. I mean, it really was, the starting of, people actually believing the bullshit that we were feeding them. So.
Well, there were no other shows, though. Let's also reiterate that, so many people have asked me, what other shows were there? What did you do? And I thought Exxxotica was really the first show. I mean, of course, there was an annual award show that was once a year that, grew and then changed. Yeah, but it wasn't.
Volcom was around then too, though, right, Jay? I know
I don't know if I think they started
was.
like a year after we started or something.
No, I think it was they were before Exotica, and then there was the reason why I wasn't at the first one was because you and like I guess this is revenge for me introducing you to your ex is you introducing me to Jay, but you guys introduced me to Jay because I got Evan had said that hey, you got to meet this guy, he's this kid from Philly, he's doing this show down in Miami, and at the time I was doing the
I was a kid then.
He was a kid. The exotic erotic ball. I was doing that one in New York.
That's right.
By the piers. So I couldn't make the first one, but they made the second one and they've been there for everyone since. So, so real quick, Tara, like with your fans, I know we put out a thing and you put out a thing earlier with some questions from your fans. So here, I'm going to put on my reading glasses because I'm old now.
Back up the
I can see people in the monitors laughing as I do this shit. But so what differences have you seen in the industry in the last year or so for performers?
I think the biggest is that there are so many platforms now for performers to utilize and make their own income without a middleman, really. I mean, before, I think one of the biggest discussions I have with girls today is ever since actually in the broad scheme of things, now that we have this isolation and everybody has to be at home, I think that platform OnlyFans said they had like 10,000 signups in one day or 6,000 signups in one day. Now you have a way for girls, dancers, let's say, nightclubs like Sapphire, when the girls can't dance anymore, a lot of them they've come into my DMs and they're like, Tara, I need to start a website. I'm like, slow down, slow your roll. You can't just start a website overnight. So now that there's all these different platforms where girls can just literally sign up, upload their ID, you could take a picture of yourself on the toilet. You could take a picture of yourself humping a signpost. There's a market for that. And guys will pay per minute. So I think that's a huge difference. Before, everything was a little bit, vivid. There were bigger companies that had, I don't know, more production value, it was a bit harder. Now everyone can kind of just, download an app, upload their content, and make money.
Anybody can make videos. I mean, seriously, they let
it's true.
Look at us. We have no idea what we're doing. We literally are. I'm just clicking buttons back here. It's like playing video games. Like they'll let anybody do it.
So
no, but I mean, when you go from being under contract, or when you go from house dancing, or there's different facets of the adult industry or the sex industry, as they call it. All of the sudden, when that income's taken away from you, now to be able to just shoot everything and do everything with your phone and make a few $100 to a few $1,000s a week. I mean, that's pretty good.
Well, you don't perform anymore, but one of the other questions, and we'll attribute this one to Joe Blow because we didn't write down the fucking name, so sorry, guys.
I know, sorry, I didn't copy it from Twitter.
I know you don't perform anymore, Tara, but would you consider starting a series or directing something again?
No, and that's kind of going back to what I had just said. Like, I really just try to encourage girls to shoot their own content. I feel like that's just not necessary anymore, and I know that there's so many... I've gotten some flack from telling girls, you don't even need an agent. You don't. I mean, it's just such a different time now. I've seen so many girls just market themselves on their social media, and they do really well. Listen, you can go on Buttbook, you can go on Twatter, you can go on any one of these, I know, I don't say it right.
What's your nickname for Instagram?
I don't know. They deleted me. That's the other thing I want to tell everybody.
Hey, welcome to the club.
It's
I was right. You get deleted, then do people get angry with you? It's the most, social media is so bizarre. Like, I'm like, really? I just put cooking pictures up, or I try to be interactive. I mean, I try, and you disappeared. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, yeah, people get really angry when you don't give them, free content or.
All right. Couple of quick questions. Who is your favorite porn star today?
Who I really, really like? I love Tori Black. I think she's absolutely beautiful. I really like Angela White. I like her a lot. I think she's just an all-around really good performer. She's really a performer. I feel like she's just in it. I look at her sometimes and I'm like, because I could never do that. So I just think
Who's got bigger
she's
boobs?
awesome.
Does
Angela
White have you beat by a long shot, Tara?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Because they're
amazing.
amazing.
I used to have this. Well, I used to have this fight with Taylor Wayne. Like Taylor Wayne would be like, "Your tits are bigger than mine." I'm like, "No, Taylor, your tits are bigger." She's like, "No, darling, you walk into a room and your tits walk in like a full minute before you." And it's like she's British,
and that's
so
coming
everything
from her.
sounds
I mean,
right.
like,
I
thought
she was.
No, I think her tits are bigger. She always fights me though.
I've seen and shot both you guys. I mean, hers are. But you guys are, because it's different though too, because she's shorter, much shorter than you. Like
That's why I think they look bigger.
Taylor's like what, 5'3", 5'4", and you're what, 5'9", 5'10"?
Yeah.
So it's that. Your favorite food and drink?
I love Thai food and red wine, but not together. Right. Terrible combination.
Do you have any pets?
I just lost my chopper. Actually, a lot of fans. Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew that.
I'm always afraid to ask you if.
Everyone is.
I've been afraid for like the last 10 years. I mean, Chopper was 137 years old.
Chopper was 18. So the funniest thing, he actually passed on Christmas Day. And the funniest thing about Exxxotica for me is, all of us girls, we get together. It's nice. Some of us we see at different shows, some of us we don't, or we always catch up at a show. And I can tell you so many girls, Monique Alexander, Lisa Ann, Julia Ann, everyone would go, so I'm like, Chopper's great. They're like, oh, cool. Like I could tell they were like, we don't want to ask you that question. But yeah, Chopper passed on Christmas and everyone knew Chopper. And Chopper was at the first Exxxotica with Big
Chopper was at a bunch of Exxxoticas. Well, Chopper, if for those who don't know, these people in LA years ago kidnapped Chopper. Chopper was a Chihuahua. They kidnapped Chopper and literally held Chopper for ransom. Yeah,
for 2 weeks for $5,000.
Yeah, and you guys got Chopper back or whatever, and then Chopper,
we got him back. Life. But the crazy thing about that was I remember 5 days in, because I was driving everybody crazy with, you got to look more. It was like the first 48. And I remember we went on Howard Stern, and I remember Stuttering John. Like I was already so emotional. I mean, you guys know how Chopper was to me. And I remember him going, all right, Tara, this is the critical moment. If you're going to get him back, it's going to be within the first 48 or something random. And I was like, okay. And he was like, what are you willing to do for your dog? And I'm like, where is this interview turning? And he was like, would you suck the cock of a fan for Chopper to return? Like, I was just like, I'll do anything. I was just crazy. Like, this is craziness.
That's fine.
I mean, I didn't have to, but
I actually
these were crazy times.
I left Exxxotica one time, and during the show, went back to your hotel room, let Chopper out while you were signing, and he was just like chilling in the corner of the room, like that. Also,
Chopper was badass.
That was, speaking of dogs.
There's Chopper.
He's talking to you from beyond.
That was weird.
What Chopper?
Very spooky.
What Chopper? Evan's caught in the well?
You guys are playing with me now.
Oh man. So that also was subsequently the first time in my life that I ever saw an adult star's dressing room area after they had like done what they do. It was the most amazing thing that I've ever seen. Like it looked like a bomb went off just in this like one area of preparation. It was crazy.
So you've never been in a strip club locker room then?
That was like what, maybe the first or second year that we did the show. I've seen a few since then, and yours was not nearly as crazy or bad as I've seen some others, but it's a serious setup.
I want to know why there's never been a strip club locker room reality show. I think that would be way. Yeah.
Why don't we introduce? That's a perfect segue to our next guest. So.
I want to hear some. I want to hear some crazy. I can tell you
we
the
got
craziest
strip club story.
We got the expert. So let's introduce our next guest here. And Tara, please hang out. So she is basically the director of marketing and affiliates for they have 3 clubs in New York right now. One out in Vegas also. They're like one of our great sponsors for Exotica New Jersey, October 23rd to 25th, everybody. And they'll be on board again, crossing fingers. But let's welcome Roberta.
Yay.
Hello.
Yay.
So,
Happy
Roberta,
quarantine.
happy quarantine. Quarantini. Nobody has quarantine. What are you drinking tonight, Roberta?
In my lovely Sapphire Las Vegas mug, I have a little Tito's and Club.
Oh, what else did you have there that we saw like before we went on the air?
I can't let you be the only girl, so I have a White Claw.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, what is White Claw? Because I've never
White Claw.
had it.
It's the nectar of bitches.
Terry, you've never been clawed?
No, never. Is it vodka?
It's a hard seltzer.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Which the funny thing is, my shit and her shit has more alcohol in it than Jay's beer.
Oh, wow. Okay. Because I was trying to read the can.
Who's the bitch now, Jay? Who's the bitch now?
I got some gin and tonics, man. I'm not afraid. In my fish Madison Square Garden cup that my wife hates because I have like 50 of them, and
I got
she yells at me every day. Dan and your H2O.
So Roberta. I know my H2O.
Speaking of strip clubs, like I'm always amazed by like the behind the scenes strip club thing. You know, that's the $1 million question. Like I want to hear like we deal with, you know, Exotica hotties and stars and webcam girls for 3 days. You deal with them every day. You go in and you deal with that stuff on a daily basis. Like how do you survive?
Well, you never know what you're going to get. That's for sure. If it's a full moon, if it's in retrograde, it matters. It absolutely matters. It's just fun, and you keep it lighthearted. There's very good days and there's not so good days. So you just want to make it the best you can for the girls and have them have a really good time.
Is this a stupid question, Roberta? Are you guys closed? Are strip clubs closed?
We are. Okay. It actually, it doesn't follow the social distancing rule of 6 feet.
Oh, okay. No, right. Also, because I think your food and beverage, right? Doesn't it fall under like I don't know, like if it falls under
businesses.
Health.
Yeah. We thought about doing some stuff out of our restaurant, but it just wasn't worth it to us in the end. So we just shut all operations down. And
good for you.
Everything. I wish more people everything in New York and Las Vegas.
Way to be responsible.
Yeah,
you know, seriously. We have to. We're for the people. We're for the people.
You are for the people.
Do you guys do like virtual strip club? Like, do you guys have any of that set up, or have you guys ever done webcam or listen to me? I'm like, let's think of some business.
No. We haven't got into that just yet, but the girls have been doing that on their own for whatever they wanted to do. Part of your 10,000 signups on OnlyFans.
Seriously.
So for those that don't, know. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tara.
No, but I was going to say, like, just real quick, there's a huge difference. And that's what I tell a lot of the dancers and the girls. There's a huge difference in contact, like with a human person, hustling them, or not saying I don't hustle, not in a bad way, for dances versus webcamming or being online. It's a whole different world.
There's a trick to both trades, right?
Hustle.
Yeah. Totally. And we know that at Exxxotica because funny enough that we've had the webcamming part of Exxxotica now for a few years. And I've been webcamming for about 7 years. It's night and day than trying to, you know, just meet and greet fans or like, you know, being in a strip club atmosphere. Like I will say, in my honest opinion, dancing it takes a lot of guts. I mean, it takes a lot to be up there, to be, you know, it's just a whole different vibe. Yeah. Like the rejection is to your face versus like online, you could be like, okay, log off, bye-bye, peace out. But when you're in a club and when someone's in front of you, this is a very different. So that's the kind of the one thing I always try to reiterate to a lot of the girls, the dancers now who are trying to kind of make that transition into like doing Exxxotica or doing live shows or doing webcam. It's like, prepare yourself because it's just a very different interaction.
We see a lot of it. Because of the you know, the adult performers, strippers versus webcam models where you have the safety of your own home, you know, and that's what's really interesting because it's you in a weird way are forming the same type of bond with the person, but your actual interaction with them is so much different. You know, when you're there signing autographs at the show, you know, you have, as a an adult performer, you have been able to, like, you've interacted with these people face to face so many different times, and you know what to expect. When we see,
Right.
like, a lot of the cam performers will be these giant names online, and then they'll come to a show and they'll go to the booth and they'll, like, and actually being, you know, face to face with somebody is just a whole different ballgame.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Roberta. So I mean, you know, when you guys have been doing our shows for a few years now, actually, you guys have been on since I think year 2 of Exotica New Jersey. You guys
2009.
was the first one that you guys did. Yeah, so year
Mm-hmm.
3, I would have been year 3. So yeah, so now it's going on. Jesus, I mean, we're going to be hitting our 12th or 13th show this year,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to be crazy there. But and just seeing how it's grown. But I mean, you know, and a large part of that is, you know, by people like you guys, and you guys have grown too. When you guys started on, there was, like, you know, what was it, like Scores is in New York, and the Hustler Club and Rick's and whatever, and then you guys, like, burst onto the scene, and just really with one club on EXXXOTICA, right? So.
Correct. Yep.
You know, Sapphire 60, and now there's 3 clubs. There's 39, which you're based, that's pretty much your home base these days, and Times Square, right?
Yep. 3 babies.
Crushing New
So what would
York.
you say is, like, for somebody who's never gone to Sapphire before and gotten the experience, so, like, each club kind of has its own little identity. Like, what would you say those are? Like, you know, go through them real quick.
Well, your Upper East Side location is our first one. It's known since it was Scores from back in the day, and Howard made it so big. So that's that location is just iconic. That's our older clientele. You know, the night really gets started there a bit later when they come in, and then your weekend crowd, and we have a really cool Sunday party there. When you go to Midtown location, is going to be your happy hour. Your younger, cooler, techier crowd, and Times
Well,
Square
that's why you're there.
Walk in, shooting the guns.
Boom, boom. And Times Square is Times Square. We're open there going on a year this summer, and we shall see. And that was the old Flash Dancers. So that, again, also had the location to help us.
And you guys have been, I mean, you guys do, like, some innovative stuff over there. Like, I know, like you just mentioned, like, the Sunday Sins party, right, over at Service Industry Nights, you know, kind of it started. But you've had, like a circus kind of theme with it, like, almost with and Constantine from American Idol. Wasn't he, like, he was like the house, like, he played Satan or something?
We, you know, every month we try to do different themed parties. So we were actually going to do a not St. Patrick's Day party, something against it, but we do fun little things like that. And it's a fusion club. So we have a DJ, and it's also a gentleman's club at the same time. So we've had some pretty big name DJs. Little John's been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't remember. I don't remember.
I'm sorry. Real quick, this is just funny. I'm sorry. I just remember the last time. Well, not the last time. The last time I went we went to go see Tara at the Vivid Club. It was Super Bowl weekend. I was with Adrian, and then we ended up over at 60, and it was like this crazy night over at 60 Super Bowl weekend. It was like, who was it? It was Bonnie Rotten was there just hanging. It was Tegan. Who else was dancing that night? Jesse Jane was there just hanging out like
I
trash.
think Kathy was dancing.
Shocking. Yeah, Kathy was doing, like, a lot of shit, just pissed off. Dude, you got to bring that part of it up. You're an asshole. Not that she's gonna watch this, but you're an asshole. Like, probably, like, one of the,
Hi, Kathy.
worst. My girlfriend, you know, I love her for 8.5 years. The one fight we had was at Sapphire 60.
And by the way, that fight's still going. It actually still exists 8 years later.
Like,
You're welcome.
Yes, word. Yeah, thanks. Right.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Like, all these, I mean, it was just crazy that night. But you guys have, like, crazy, you know, nights all the time. So I know, like, you've had, like, a shit ton of, like people always ask you, like, celebrities that come in and stuff. Which celebrities come in?
They do.
Are you guys just?
We don't put it out there for everybody to know. You know, you want to see them, then you have to come in yourself.
Yeah, also they're entitled to have a good time too, right? Because I don't remember who it was. If it was like, there was a girl who went in there. And she was throwing money like on the dancers, just having a good time. And people were filming her, calling her like, oh, you're trash and you're a bad role model. It's like, she's at a strip club supporting other women. Like, what's the big deal? You know what I mean? Like, it was like, I understand now the stigma, like of what, like, you know what I mean? Like people, girls or celebrities just want to go in and like have fun and tip dancers. And it's like, they get, you know,
Can you say what
scared
celebrity?
for it.
Can you say what celebrity made it rain most, Roberta, at one of the clubs? Can you ever say that?
Oh,
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. The only person we've ever turned away was Justin Bieber when he was under 21 years old.
Good
but that's
you.
he was going.
Well, that makes sense.
He was going through the gauntlet of the clubs. So it was kind of like on speed dial, don't let him in, he's coming through. So we made news for not letting him in, and he really thought he was going to get in being under 21. Like, there are still rules for you, you know.
Your liquor license is just a little bit more important than Justin Bieber having a couple of hour party. Yeah.
You know what? We were down in our Justin Bieber story, like we did the first year we went to EXXXOTICA Miami. After the show was over, we always want to try and get away. And we're in South Beach, so we were by South Beach. So we said, let's go back to where we used to stay when the show started in South Beach. So we went there with, wives, girlfriends, kids, both his parents, his whole fucking family was there pretty much. So we went to like this
everywhere with Exotica.
Yeah, pretty much. Hi, Mom.
I know. I love your parents. They're so sweet.
So we're walking. So we go to this like really nice dinner over on Ocean Ave, right? And we're walking. We say, let's walk back to the hotel. Walk off this dinner. And we're just walking, and all of a sudden we hear all this screaming going on in the street, and all these phones up in the air, like, hey, this kind of thing. And we have no idea what's going on. And then just walking by us, like kind of like a fast walk, like right in front of me is Justin Bieber. I didn't realize it was him until he was past me, because if I saw him coming, it would have been awesome. Just put my arm out, clothesline him.
Yeah, but let me tell you, the whole thing is such bullshit, because what was funny was like, we're walking down the street. And by the way, my daughter, who's, 10 or was 9 or 10 at the time, was just like mind blown, like Justin Bieber walking down the street. But like, they go silently, like that. You would think that this guy was like, he's trying to cover himself with his jacket and like whatever. And his buddy is standing next to him with his spotlight on his phone on top of him. Like, so it's like, oh, don't show me, but make sure I'm in the spot,
right.
Whatever. Fuck that shit. I look at celebrity like that. It's kind of gross.
So Roberta, can you blow up somebody who came to the club and was a total asshole?
It was Sylvester Stallone.
I find athletes are really entitled, and they're really jerky. Sorry, Roberta, I did not mean to.
You are 100%, because the one person I was going to say was Colin Kaepernick, and not because anything that's going on right now. It's just that Jay, like you said, they want to be seen, but they don't want to be seen, and it's just, you're in an environment where girls are going to come up to you, either know who you are or not know who you are, and expect things. But another really, really interesting person was J-Lo with A-Rod. And I will leave it to say they weren't of the nicest people.
Really?
So,
before or after Hustlers came out?
This was her homework for Hustlers. So you would think she'd be very generous, and she wasn't, and it was very disappointing to a lot of our girls.
I hear a lot of that about A-Rod.
Yeah.
Did Colin Kaepernick take a
knee? Athlete entitled.
What about Colin?
Did he take a knee?
He was sitting down. He was sitting down on his phone the whole night.
Oh my God.
So I mean, I know your party over with like you say athletes, but your party when you guys opened, I think Times Square, you guys had like freaking, it was like Hall of Fame A-list there, man.
It was an interesting crowd.
Who was it?
When you have Dennis Rodman, O.J. Anderson, Tory Black. We just had a very interesting crowd in that night.
She had like a mix of uptown and downtown.
I think Tory holds the record for there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Tory's fun though.
They're great.
She's so fun.
She's fun. She loves to have a good time. She just rocks out, and she's so insanely beautiful. Like she's like one of those people that you see her in real life and you're like, I mean, most people you see a beautiful photo of and you're like, all right, cool. Like, wonder what they look like in real life. And you see her and you talk to her and you realize that she's actually hotter than that photo. And she's breastfeeding in your staff office.
That's the other thing I was going to say for all of us is we've all known each other for so long, and now we have kids.
Yeah. Oh,
so the few years that Dan was saying that I took off was when I had my daughter, and I took a few years off. And, it's funny. You guys are really the only company that I can honestly say, has been, I guess, sympathetic towards that, because at the end of the day, I mean, not to be like a boner killer, but we all have personal lives, right? As porn stars are people too, guys. And, we have our personal lives and stuff. And so I can remember saying, hey guys, I have to sit out, 2009, 2010 or whatever. I'm raising my kid. And you guys were like, deuces, see you in 2012. Like it's always been, yeah.
We're doing the exact same. I mean, my son is, I think, the exact same age as your daughter. So one of these days,
he's 1 year older.
We're going to link this family up. We're bringing in the TeraPatrick, Jay Handy family.
That's got all signs of creepy pointed to it, Jay.
You know what? Listen, Dax will thank me someday.
So Roberta, so like everybody's pretty much in the community out there is in the same boat. What's your advice to because you've been, involved in the industry for a long time from the gentleman's club industry. What's your advice for people?
I keep your head up. I mean, this is something that nobody has ever gone through before in all of hospitality, no matter where you are. Just there will be a light at the end of this tunnel. It's going to be a very hard climb back, but just get back to business when this all goes away, hopefully very soon. And hopefully people just want to, we've been apart yet close, but just to be together again and celebrate life, for all those that really are going through a tough time or have lost theirs, unfortunately.
Yes, no, I know in this area, like we kind of joke around, but I mean, terrors in Italy, I mean, that's gotten hit really, really hard.
It's real, man.
And in the U.S., I mean, New York and Jersey are number 1 and number 2 in the country, and I think combined, I mean, they I think account for like a third or close to it of COVID positive cases and deaths in the country. So, prayers and thoughts out to everybody. Not to be that's a boner killer, but
yeah, totally.
Sorry.
My bone. I'm like half erect now.
Roberta started it, man.
Oh no!
No, I killed the first boner. So
I will say
though,
the one
winners over here.
The one thing about this really is that, like, and I don't know how it is in Italy, Tara, but like, it's really amazing when everybody here feels like they're in the same boat. You know what I mean? It's just, I was saying it to Dan the other day, and like we're used to controversy, where we're used to our world's getting turned upside down, but usually it's just the Exxxotica world. It's like, oh, this politician wants to shut you down, or this is happening, or somebody's coming busting through your doors, and it's like this is the first time in a long time where we kind of feel like it's not the Exxxotica world, it's just the world, and so everybody's in the same boat together. I actually got an email a few days ago from one of the companies that we do a lot of like our printing and stuff from China, and he had reached out because they had just opened their factory back up after being shut down for a few months. And the first thing he said was, I heard you guys in the United States have a mask shortage. He's like, you have a package set to deliver tomorrow of masks that we had left over from everything that we were dealing with. They went through a full disinfecting phase, and like now they're being shipped to you. Here's how you handle them. And it's so not only are we all in the same boat, in the country dealing with this stuff, but honestly, like we're in the same boat the whole globe around, so it's this is the first time. Well, this is the first time that this has happened. I didn't mean to cut you off, Jay, though, that in all of our lifetime, because if you think about it, we've all not had to deal. I mean, we've dealt with disease and stuff, but not at this level where it's really like you're saying. This is kind of the one thing that has. I think that regardless of your political stance, regardless of anything else, it's the unknown, because not one person understands or knows how this is going, to turn out. And I think that it's kind of
it's the one thing that everyone is like, it's like you said, we all have this in common, right? We're all dealing with the same thing. It's a disease, or it's a pandemic.
The world. We are the children.
That was for another pandemic, though, but not as severe as this one.
Not this thing. Yeah. So.
Not this thing.
All right. Well, listen. Cheers. We're moving on. Everybody,
cheers, everybody.
Put your drinks up. There we go. We're making the best of it, and it's all Roberta's fault.
Wait, you can't cheers and not drink. No, it was. We're all in this together. Don't say we're not all in this together and then single Roberta out. Girl power.
Sorry, it had to be said.
Is it safe to say that the party's going to be at all 3 Sapphires when this shit's over?
The party is going to be harder than anything ever. Going back to Good Boner again, it's going to be amazing, and people are just going to want to get out and live. Like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Speaking actually of Good Boner, who has been like if you could have anyone in the whole, feature at your club, who would you have? Like, even celebrity wise, or have you ever had like requests like from fans go, oh, I wish you'd bring in this act, or I wish you'd bring in this person, or
like you said, in this new world of so many platforms, people come out with new people from everywhere. So we're also like, who's that person? Who is this? We get so many. You are one. You need to come and perform, or just be a judge.
We'll make that happen.
You?
Yes, no, we'll talk about it later. No, there's a whole contractual thing that things that we can't really talk about here. Why you haven't been there yet? But
fans go, oh, could J-Lo do a show here? Or, oh, you know what I'm saying? Because now there's so many DJs, like you said, there's so many social media girls. Like there's so many like I remember girls would just get paid to go to clubs and not even dance. Like, do you guys get like a lot of requests for like a certain celebrity or for like an appearance, or do you guys like?
It's more on what, like you were saying before, what makes it so different is it's different clientele. So you have everybody who's used to staying home in front of a computer, and that's their level of comfort. Right. You also have people that are very comfortable going to the clubs and seeing their dancers doing that. When you mesh those worlds, you get a lot of the unknown of who are these people, who are these girls like that we don't even know of, because they might be popular on the online world, but we're not used to them as a household name that everybody knows altogether. So they're
a YouTuber, or
so we don't get so much celebrity that people want to see. It's more of the people they're used to behind their computer that they want to be like, that's their celebrity to them. That's their, oh my God, I need to see you in person. I need to meet you.
Like Sapphire's been our after party sponsors and VIP sponsors for a few years now. Like even before, since they started exhibiting, they just kept growing and growing, and we kept growing and growing. Mm-hmm. So with every Exotica New Jersey, I mean, that's the place to be, because they have like at each club usually like 2 or 3 features every night of the show, and and parties going on and stuff. So that being said, Roberta, like who's been some of the craziest and like performers you guys have had that are for the Exotica after parties?
Well, hands down, Tori. Tori brings a crowd. Your girl and girl shows are going to bring the most. Alexis, Texas back in the day. I mean, Chet Chick. Her birthday shows. I like to kind of void my mind of a lot of these, so not to have the imagery of what actually goes on there.
She's such a crazy performer too.
The nicest person in the world.
Yeah, very sweet
person to work with.
People love her. Like people actually like it's. She's one of the few.
She loves her fan.
Where she's.
I have to say, Tara, I give all of you girls credit, because I'm sitting in my office and I get the mail, and people will take their time to see who we're featuring and print out the performer's picture, write a letter with it, mail it with a return stamp or money, asking, please have this girl autograph it, and write them a love letter to them and want me to return this letter autograph to them. So I give you girls so much credit for dealing with a lot of fans, a lot of requests.
I think social media has really changed that. And that's actually something I was going to ask you guys at Exotica too, because I'll be honest, like I'm from back in Nam, and I don't even feel like I'm as old as some
Dan's
of the
World War II.
Yeah, as some of the girls. Okay, like for example, Julia Ann, like she was in the business even like 5 or 10 years before me. So I know that like she kind of had like a different wave. But
Blonded.
we are right with Janine, but we don't remember, like social media didn't really dominate a lot of our, sales and our reputation. And kind of like back then it was like you did feature shows, even magazine girls had like huge feature shows. But now like there's this whole culture of YouTube. I'm like, who is this person? Because I don't really watch YouTube, but they're like, oh, she had 60 million views. And then you realize, wow, that's okay, a bit influential. But for you guys too, I mean, have you thought of bringing out any of these? I'm kind of, I guess, just wondering, like, in the sense of quote unquote credibility, because a lot of fans have told me these girls may get millions and millions of views, but they're not real performers. And that's kind of something that I've always
social media makes everyone lazy. Is basically,
or it makes them look like they're an incredible content creator, when in reality you're going, okay, you can do good on YouTube, but when it comes to performing on a stage at Sapphire, or when it comes to engaging fans at Exxxotica, they're like,
no, it's like Roberta was saying, you get those people, like, if I'm going to send a letter and write down about why I love TeraPatrick, I'm going to put it in an envelope. It takes the process, right? Like you write this thing, you put it out there. Social media, it's like, I like boobs. You like boobs? Like question mark, and it just like, it takes the effort out of everything, and
it's gone from love letters to dick pics.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
There you go. I couldn't have said it
in a nutshell.
Yep.
See? I'm gonna fucking coin that shit. That's a trademark. I just came up with that from right here, from the heart.
But it really.
Well, or from a.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry. No, or I was going to say from a performer's perspective, like for example, Adriana Chechik. I mean, I look at her and I'm just like, I mean, to me, my body could just not do that. But I think she's absolutely incredible. But then I look at her butthole alone. But then it's like on YouTube, I see girls who, okay, maybe they're a little bit pretty, but it's like they're not really performing or doing anything, even though they garner this huge sensational fan base. At the end of the day, like we're saying, when it actually comes to doing a show or when it comes to meeting fans, they're not putting in the
discounting their tips and tricks. Like, I mean, like, cam girls are amazing at what they do and have mastered the process of it. It's just much different than, what the other side of it is.
Well, or I guess what I mean to say is, for example, with featuring, you used to actually have to do a show. Right, like for clubs to kind of bring you in and pay you and for you to continue to work and for you to have like a good reputation. It was like you couldn't just be known for nothing. Yeah. You kind of had to like actually do a triple anal backflip or, I don't know, light yourself on fire. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. You actually had to do something.
So, Roberta, everybody send in to us. Roberta, where can people find you guys online?
You can find us on every single thing possible as long as they don't kick us off, which, Instagram has been pretty tough on us lately as well. So don't feel so bad, Tara. But we have, we have, hold on, let me get you everything since I can't possibly remember everything.
Oh, I got them.
You got them?
Yeah, we got them. We
beautiful.
At NYSapphire39.
Yep.
Right? And we have at NYSapphire_39. Now, the problem is I don't know which one is which.
NYSapphire_39 is the new one.
Is the new one?
Yes.
It's always like Sapphire NY39, 99, 39.
And is it, I always forget, is it, and on the web, is it Sapphire NY or NY Sapphire? Because one's an Indian restaurant.
We're NYSapphire. The reason being there's so many is every time we get kicked off, we have to figure out a new handle. And there's so many.
You're actual www.
NYSapphire.com.
Okay, yeah, Sapphire NY, Indian restaurant, not these guys. NY Sapphire, strip clubs, boners. And then guys, let us know out there too. Send us emails to us Let us know who you want to see at the Sapphire after parties for Exotica. I have an idea. Legends Night. TeraPatrick.
Yeah.
Right? We get Julia Ann and Janine there as Blondage just to MC
Ron Jeremy.
something. Fuck you. They've already had Ron. Who else? Who else dances? We'll think of some other names though. We'll get some like Hall of Fame. Like it'll be a Hall of Fame night. That would be some fucking shit. So, Roberta, thank you so much. Anything else you want to let people know here?
That's it. Just stay safe, everyone. Enjoy the time with your family.
Well, you're so sentimental. She's so.
I know. I try.
Seriously.
I've been laughing
save your
at all
dollars.
walls.
That's why you're my bestie. I love you, Blue.
Love you, Blue.
Are we kicking her off, or are we?
No, let her hang out. Let her listen to this. Our next guest.
You made it sound like she was leaving, and I'm like, I just queued up. So
I got things to do, people to see. Let's go.
Seriously.
It is her best friend's birthday, so.
No, that's it. That's Zoom at 8:00. Happy birthday, Meg. That's 8:00.
The world's become Zoom and Skypes for birthdays.
That's it.
Seriously, that's.
No, delivery.com just sent out. There's a new thing called virtual dinners now with everybody. That you order dinner from delivery.com or whatever, you do a virtual dinner with everybody.
I saw a group of people, they were doing a Tiger King viewing party, and everyone would dress up as like a character, and
Was
then
it Joe Exotica?
Did you see Joe? Somebody actually sent us put a comment up on Twitter. Did you see our Joe Exotica episode for April 4th in Everstone as Joe Exotica? And somebody said Joe Exotica. I mean, just like total like gay bashing thing on this, thinking that our Joe Exotica, Evan dresses him, was actually the Joe Exotic that we had on, that we actually furloughed from prison, that we actually got to come on this fucking mess. They actually thought it was real, but
was he mean?
I had family and friends that actually thought that we had Joe Exotic on until he came on. Like, no, that dude is like, the hottest single person in this quarantine ever known.
And that's another.
I hadn't seen the show. I hadn't seen the show until I
watched that shit.
Until I was.
Dan turned me on to it.
It's the hottest thing since unicorn headphones, Tara.
Oh my God! So by the way, before we go anywhere else, there are two major recurring themes to some of the comments that have come through, and I've thrown them up on the screen as we've gone. A, they love Tara's headphones, and B, they love Tara's ceilings. The ceiling is like
I get that a lot.
That's beautiful. That's her Italy abode.
What is Italian for house again?
Casa. Like Spanish.
Casa su casa.
Oh. That's the So let's bring on our next guest, our final guest of this evening. Hey, the reason why, by the way, it's called the happy hour-ish is because we're over an hour now and we don't give a fuck. So we're just going to keep.
We're over an hour and we're over our liquor.
We decided against the Jay and Dan show. So,
And the other reason we got to move on is because I'm getting high as a motherfucker right now. So
bring him in, Dan.
So our next guest, actually, we met this guy through a mutual friend of all of us, Monty. What's up, brother? Hope your liver's recovering well
Monty.
from this whole thing. No, I'm saying Monty. That's how Monty introduced us.
You're confusing people, Dan.
I'm not. This isn't Monty. No, Monty's not there.
Now everybody else is getting confused.
But this guest we were introduced to him. He's performed at some of our shows. He actually came out. He's from the Jersey area. He actually came out to Exotica Chicago last year and jammed out there too. You usually find this guy at either he's played our after parties, our Sunday, let's get fucked up and just get drunk at the hotel we'll never go to again.
It's the drunken staff party. Yeah.
The drunken, that's what it basically turns to, is like porn stars thinking that they can sing. But seriously, like when the first time we saw this guy, I mean, we were like blown away. He's like pretty much does like a whole one-man band thing, but acoustic, singer, songwriter, Mr. Sami Eldebs. What's up, Sammy?
Yay. What's up, man? How you guys doing?
Man?
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, we hear you loud and clear.
All right, good. You guys drinking? Everybody good?
Are you drinking?
Let's do a social. Let's do a social.
Gin and tonic.
Yeah, cheers, man.
Cheers.
Hope you guys are in good spirits, man.
We are, man. Listen,
I mean, how are you doing?
It's things like this that make, what's actually nice is like 5 of us sitting here. We have 300 or 400 people watching at home as we do it. It's like, if we can put a smile on anybody else's faces, pretty much just from Tera's headphones, then it's the best hour that I spent.
And when all said and done, like, I mean, we've had the episodes have gotten like crazy views. I mean, we're getting like 50,000 views, with all the combined social media and our website and even more. And this thing just keeps growing. But I mean, Sammy, how you holding up in all this, man? I mean, your industry too, man, has been affected. I mean, you're used to going out and playing every night, and now you're spending time here with us.
Yeah, dude, it's like I'm telling you something.
Owner killer.
It's so crazy. You know how busy I am, Dan. You see, like, I play all these gigs, and all of a sudden it just came to a stop. And it takes a little bit, man. It takes a strong mind to like get used to this shit, dude. Because I'm here, but it makes me like write my own stuff. It makes me kind of think about life a little bit more, what's more important, and just trying to keep sane, man. It's just me and my girlfriend here in the apartment, so we're just.
Have you been writing a lot of shit lately, or?
Yeah. I've been doing a lot of producing. I write for other people too. So yeah, just come up with a lot of bullshit, drinking a lot, Join
the club. I got to make a beer run after this.
When we saw you, like first time we saw you, like we were blown away, like because you'll like I don't even know how to fucking explain it, Jay. Like he'll start playing like a rhythm track, then he'll lay down a bass track as acoustic.
He plays multi-track.
He's playing a kick drum and like a tambourine and shit with his fucking foot at the same time, and then so you just like loop the shit or whatever. I mean. That's fucking crazy, man.
And then he's got like one of my favorite guitars too. I don't know if he's playing it tonight, but the Chet Atkins SST.
Oh, dude, hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's. Now I'm not gonna play that today, but I was thinking about it because I was gonna loop and all that stuff. But, true story, Dan. The reason why I haven't been playing like the drum stuff, like I had like a bunch of foot injuries. Like I literally hopped on the bed the other day. How fucked up was it? Just hopping in the bed, and the top of my foot is like all fucked up, man. It's all like, what the fuck? Like I'm does this happen in quarantine?
Welcome to getting old, man. Someday you will be as old as Dan. You won't even be able to get out of bed.
Sammy's older than me.
Yeah,
get the fuck out of here. There's no way that's not possible.
Monty's older than me.
Yeah. No, Rob's watching, by the way. Shout out to Rob. Rob Monty's watching.
I aged horribly. What's up, Rob Monty? Dude, I aged horribly. There's a couple people that have attributed to it. My ex-wife, wives.
Wives?
My ex-wife.
5 of them? Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. Jay.
3, 4.
Definitely aged me. My kids. Jay some more. The mayor of Secaucus. The mayor of Dallas. The mayor of Columbus, just because he let that city still exist. Coronavirus. What else?
Coronavirus. You got to shout that out, man.
The Rona.
And somewhere sprinkled in there is probably Monty, because we used to drink like fucking idiots. He still does to a point. We actually once like drank so much, like they came and took blood and ran a blood test on his liver functions. Then came back the next week and told him.
Was it actually on stage when you guys took that blood test?
Yes.
Was he on stage when the nurse came up and...
We drank.
That would never be allowed nowadays, but that's fucking hilarious.
There was 3 of us. It was Monty, me, and
this was back in the old days.
In the old days, we went to the saloon. We went to the saloon. See, the speakeasy. We knocked on the door. Gave him a secret password. Let us in.
Oh, and
we did like I forgot what it was. We had to do like 20 shots or something, and then they took blood. The next week they came back and gave the test of what his liver function was.
And it was normal, right?
Dude, he got a tattoo in my basement.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He just texted me.
And he didn't bleed at all. Like a couple little tiny droplets. I look like a fucking side of beef.
Yeah, Dan is the one that tells me that I have a problem. Like, that's the amazing thing about this.
I learned from my mistakes, Jay. I learned.
Okay.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, man. So just texted me. He's there. Ha ha ha. That totally did happen. Nurse Nancy. See? Look at that shit. So, Sammy, I mean, dude, fucking, you gonna play some for us? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck around with some stuff, man.
Some stuff.
Yeah, the whole industry.
Fuck some shit up. Prestige worldwide.
Prestige worldwide, man.
Yeah.
Do you hear the guitar and the vocals?
Oh, we hear you loud and clear, man.
Roberta, can you hear? Roberta, you're gonna sing along, right?
Totally. Let's go.
What is up? Yeah, that's the next song.
Why don't you do "Shallow" with Roberta, a duet?
I know, right? Does it sync up real well? Like, I don't know how like the
it's actually really clear.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, we'll take
by
that
the way,
up later.
It's the first time we've ever done this, so what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Well, cheers before we start, man. Cheers social.
Man.
Everybody at home, man. You guys make sure to grab your drinks. It is happy hour. Roberta, I don't see you. Come on. Did you run out of wine?
Roberta, get Claude.
Where's your
next? Hold on.
Come on, man.
How about Tara? What's going on?
Tara's
I'm
I knew it. Oh, yeah, there's a little bit
Gotta
there.
go downstairs and step on some grapes.
Tara's also. What time is it, Tara? Where you are?
Midnight.
I'd imagine there's like a delivery service.
Is there a time anymore?
Wine.
Who cares? There's no time. Doesn't matter.
Time doesn't exist.
I know. It's like we're living in a casino right now because like you don't know what time it is, what the weather is outside, what day it is.
No.
When you should go to bed. Fucking Vegas. Everybody lives in Vegas.
All right, man. Let's hear this.
Oh, Sammy.
All right, here we go. Here's a cover. I want to shout out Tara from Charlie's Corner in Sea Caucus. I'm not sure. Dan, have you been there?
Nah.
Dude, it's an awesome bar, dude. You guys will all love it, man. It's really old school. Bruce Springsteen was supposed to shoot his video over there. It's like the oldest like bar in town. It's pretty much my home. Among all the venues that I performed at. So me and Tara sing this song a lot, and she's watching right now. So this goes out to her, yo. Here you go. What was that?
Chopper.
Dan's dog. It was Chopper. He loves this
Chopper. Chopper's rocking out.
12 years in my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. I realized quickly when I knew I should that the world was made up in this brotherhood of man, for whatever that means. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all right. What's in my head and I'm feeling a little peculiar. And then I wake in the morning and I step outside and I'll take a deep breath and I get real high and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? Ooh, 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 ooh. In a train, oh my God, no train. I try all the time in this institution, and I pray. Oh my God, to pray. I pray every single day for revolution. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out. What's in my head and all. I'm feeling a little peculiar. So wake in the morning and I step outside and I'll take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream at the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. What's going on? Swear there is in my life is still try to get up that great big hill of home for a destination.
Yeah.
Wow, that was so good.
Hey, Sammy. Dude.
There we go. Shout out to
That was
Tara.
smoking.
I was so worried about how music would translate in this whole process of like.
Oh, it sounded amazing.
Whatever. That sounded amazing. That was literally like
That's
everything
great.
that's rolling in now, including Ted, who has been kind of monitoring this whole feed and everything, said that came
Ted?
in, absolutely crushed it. Yeah, that dude, Sammy, amazing, man. And it gave me the chance to run out and get another beer. So,
by the way, did everybody see what was going on in the screen, like while he was playing out there?
No.
Yeah. Did it pause a little bit?
No.
And you guys let me know if the guitar is like too loud or whatever. But I'm just trying to. I can
it's perfect
here.
It crushed it. And when I ran past the screen, nobody saw that because I took my camera off.
Okay.
So
wait,
yeah, we could fuck around too, man.
Like, no. Everybody saw the dog. Everybody sees everybody else, but I'm the only guy that can step away and go take a bathroom break or go get a beer or whatever. So it's the beauty of it.
All right, good, man.
Yo, man, that was amazing.
So,
that was awesome, dude.
Yeah, we could fuck around too if this is happy hour-ish, man. If you guys want to request a song, Tara or Roberta or Dan or Jay, like let me know what you guys like. And
something shitty like Fish.
Dude,
so.
It doesn't matter. Dude,
Can you play one of Tiger King's songs, please?
Yes.
Oh, dude,
can you play that bitch Carol?
That bitch Carol, right? Or Here Kitty Kitty.
Yes.
Here Kitty Kitty. That's
I got
what
a
it
cat
was.
somewhere here.
Yo, we gotta have Sam. We gotta have Sam be like
Sarah.
He could be like our Questlove, and like what was that on the Fallon thing when they do the thank you notes on Fridays?
Oh fuck,
you gotta learn
dude.
the thank you note song.
Dude, as long as you guys are doing this and there's still quarantine, I'll be the musical guy. I don't give a fuck.
He'll do this until he finds something better to do.
So I think Sammy just hired himself as the house band, which I am absolutely 100% okay.
Send them checks, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Monty just requested Reggae Shark.
Yeah.
Dude, for real. Who was the one that requested that originally? Was that you, Dan?
That was no, I did it.
That was you. That was you, Dan.
Dan requested it because he thought it was funny because I always play Reggae Shark.
Oh, the kitty's over here. Bring her over. Dan, you remember Sarah, right? Oh no, wait, it's blurred. You gotta bring her closer.
You gotta shut your blur background off. What up?
This is the real kitty right here.
Here, kitty kitty.
Okay, we got a real request online called Breakdown from Tom Petty.
Oh, Breakdown for Tom Petty. All right, I got you. Hold on one second.
Can you do that?
Let's just do this. Let's do like little shortened versions of songs. Let's see how many we can get in there. Let's see if we can stump Sammy. It's got to be something that's been like at least on the charts, right? We're gonna do stump Sammy.
Okay, Ariana Grande. Justin Bieber.
I can do
Justin Bieber. Wait, so what's the first one? Breakdown. You gotta do a few bars of Breakdown real quick.
By Tom Petty, right? All right.
Yep.
Let me see if I remember that.
Oh wait, is he bringing up fucking music on his iPad?
There might be a chance, dude. I'm not a fucking machine. I could fucking figure out. Like, let me see.
Dan has very high standards.
He does have very high. All right, here we go. It's alright if you love me. It's alright if you don't. I'm not afraid of you running away, honey. I got a feeling you won't. There ain't a sense in pretending. Your eyes give you away. Something inside you is feeling like I do. Sit on there is to say, baby, break down. Go ahead and give it to me now. Break down, honey, take me through the night. Break down. Stand here, can't you see? Break down, it's alright. right, there we go. We can do it till the chorus.
That was awesome.
That was.
What else?
Roberta, what do you got?
Roberta, what is your request? Come on, make it something like popular. It's got to be something.
Okay, any Third Eye Blind?
Yes, let's do Third Eye Blind. All right, here we go. Well, Dan's heard me play this like 1,000 times, but here it is.
I think every band's played this 1,000 times if I know what song it's going to be.
Dan was a groupie for
I know that song.
In the morning, I smile and she living, she go and she lives to me. Says she lives to me, ovation. Her own motivation, she goes down and she goes down to me. And I make a smile like a job for you. Do ever what you wanna do, coming over you. Keep on smiling when we go through. I won't stop till the written that about you. And I speak to you like the chorus to the verse. Drop another line like a quarter in the curse. Come on like a freak show, take the stage. Living in the games, place to say I want something else to get me through this. Signature kind of life. Baby, I want something else. Now listen when you say goodbye. There we go. That's for Roberta.
Awesome.
Thank you.
What are you cuddling right there? Is that a stuffed animal? What is that? I thought it was. I wasn't sure, dude. I was like, what the fuck?
This is Eli, Fuzzy Eli.
Oh, I'm like, I don't see what Roberta has.
Oh, Fuzzy Eli?
Fuzzy Eli.
All right, Tara, did you request something?
What does Roberta have?
It's a giant.
What's up, dude?
No, Tara, ladies first, Jay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Your request? Ariana Grande?
Oh, or
what? Lipa?
Oh, Dua Lipa? Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Or I don't know, Guns N' Roses?
All right, we can do Guns N' Roses too.
Paradise City, yeah, that's a hard one.
This way, we're gonna.
Sweet Child is way better.
Yeah, exactly. Monty does this way better than I do.
No, or November Rain. No.
Hey, do you watch The Masked Singer? By the way, I started watching that fucking shit during this mess. The banana is Bret Michaels. I'm just saying. Go ahead. Anyway.
Every rose has its thorn.
All right, let's see how the latencies with this, right? So you guys need to sing like that. Whoa, that part. All right. So we're gonna try it together. Ready? Here's the acoustic version. All right, here we go. This goes out to Rob Monty.
Monty.
She had a smile and it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as a bright blue sky. Now and then when I see her face, she takes me away to that special place. If I stayed too long, I'd probably break down and cry. All right, you guys sing. Come on, here we go. 1, 2, you guys, come on. What the fuck?
Yo, you're the worst.
We're about to.
Roberta,
can I sing?
you gotta come.
Sweet
child of mine.
All right. All right, Roberta.
I mean, if there was a poll in here, I would do the dance.
See?
She get eyes with the bluest skies and sympathy thought of rain. I hate to look into those eyes and see it out to pain. The hair reminds me of a warm, safe place where hands are shining high. And pray for thunder and the rain to cry and power. You guys want to? Come on. 2, 3, 4.
Whoa. Whoa.
Child of mine.
You guys are failing real hard in this. Come on.
So good.
Whoa, sweet love of mind. All right, that was a good try, you guys. Come on. Give it up to Roberta, man. She's the real MVP.
By the way, the last guy I think that we had to hit was well, when we were talking about like what to request or whatever, would be anything from Bill Withers.
Yeah, no problem.
I mean, this is like his
and then yeah, we got to get Sammy's got to play one of his tunes, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that too. Wait, I thought you said it's happy hour-ish. We don't have like a time limit, do we?
Well, some people have places to go.
Where? I would like to know. Where? I'm kidding.
Tara's like, I can't handle this anymore.
I just realized I don't have my charger, and I need to plug in.
Uh-oh.
First world problems.
All right, we'll do this one for you. Was it a listener or was it for you?
No, a listener said it.
A listener said it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Not that it matters.
So.
That shit anyway. All right, here we go. We'll do till the chorus.
Sounds good.
And then
we got to hear one of your tunes, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
We'll go to one of yours and we'll run from there.
All right, here we go. This goes out to what's the username that shouted that out?
Geez, you know what's funny? It was actually my stepdad. It was Mark.
There's Mark. Mustache Mark.
Well,
At Mustache Mark.
VIP Mark is what we'll call him.
VIP Mustache Mark.
VIP. In the sunshine when she's gone. It's no one when she's away. In the sunshine when she's gone. Yeah, she's gone too long. Anytime she goes away. I wonder this time when she's gone. Wonder if she's gonna stay. In the sunshine when she's gone. In this house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. Alright, that was for your stepdad. There you go.
Yeah, that was fucking dope. So Sammy,
thank you.
So usually when you're doing a lot of gigs, you're just doing a lot of cover tunes, and you are like a machine. It's like just the amount of songs that you do and and everything. But you write your own shit too, man. So you're gonna play a little something of yours?
Yeah, this is a new song. I'm coming out with a bunch of shit. Obviously, I feel like after
what else do you have to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna be done with like 25 tunes, maybe 30.
Like I came out with 8 new albums in the last week. Here we go.
You're gonna be like the Tupac of COVID.
Yeah, exactly. In jail, literally. This is like I was telling my girlfriend the other day. I was like, dude, this is like a glorified prison that we're in. You know what I mean? Like, but we're gonna try to get through.
Imagine if this shit happened like 20 years from now with no internet, no fucking streaming video.
Dude, imagine if in the 80s you got shut in with your parents for 3 months. Like you would.
Well, you did. It was like
without the internet,
like summer.
We would go legit crazy without the internet right now.
Yeah. No,
you know how the internet was always such a like frowned upon thing. Like everybody thinks that it's like so like whatever, but now it's like we need it more than anything. This is how we're doing this, you know. Sure. It's like this is actually really cool, man. I look forward to it.
Roberta's got a birthday party to go to later on Zoom.
On Zoom, you have a Zoom birthday party.
There's no traffic, I promise.
She'll just conference. She'll conference us in like Exotica TV live on Zoom.
Raise your hand if you're wearing pants.
I'm wearing jeans.
I'm wearing boxers.
5 days a week, I've put real big boy pants on.
Dude, it's
since
crazy.
I've been locked in.
You were shaving. I haven't
worn sweatpants. I mean, I've worn real pants Monday through Friday. I feel like it.
Roberta?
You know, it's a basic necessity.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Tara?
Like, I don't wear pants.
Oh yeah.
Wearing that plaid and it's
Tara's got to wear pants. We have kids though. We have to get dressed.
Tara doesn't wear
pants. Sammy don't have to. They can just run around.
Well, my cat is probably scorned from the shit that she's seen all fucking 3 weeks, bro. I swear to God.
But dude, imagine
honestly, my routine hasn't changed. Like I still go to bed and wake up the same. I still do everything the same because I feel like that keeps the normalcy, you know?
Just kind of other than not being able to, go out and feature or, travel as much as you did. I mean, for the most part, when you're home, this is what you're doing. You're just chilling out.
Right. Exactly. Well, the only difference is, to be honest, and Jay will identify with this, is we just don't get up and take our kids to school. That's really the only difference. And we're homeschooling now, which I really got to say, I appreciate teachers now.
See, I want to say
my daughter was actually late for school this morning. I shit you not.
I want to say I love the fact that I don't have to bring my kids to school anymore. But you know what? I would bring my kids to school back and forth 8 times to not deal with them all goddamn day long. Like,
dude,
it is.
My daughter
I love having them there. They're
school.
like, it's cool, but at the same time, like I mean, that shit is a real job. Like, teaching is a real job.
Yeah, you really understand.
It's crazy what that happens.
School is like, here's her bed, here's her desk. She was late.
You ever seen those memes that say like
it was fucking unreal,
like working from home, and then you just see like, you ever seen those memes?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I saw a meme yesterday that was it was a whole kind of like ad where it was like working from home, going to the office, and it showed like the person in bed sleeping. And then it showed the person, awake and like getting up and brushing their teeth and getting dressed and going downstairs and going to work and doing, but it was an appreciation for still having a job, like meme, or like kind of ad or like little thing. And it basically was the idea that like we are dealing with like the largest work from home study that's ever happened, right? Like, I mean, like literally so many jobs that are like, would never have been able to work from home are now at home doing the best that they can. And the idea is that those people should be, like doing their jobs as best that they can, right? Like,
and again, imagine if this happened 20 years ago or whatever.
Words, Dan, get to fucking work is what I'm saying.
We've been doing this. We created this. This
is cool, man.
Thing that you see before you was created.
Yeah, this is cool.
It's a train wreck, but what can we do?
Yeah.
So get us out of this train wreck. Let's, what song are you gonna play for us?
Well, I'm gonna do a song. I'm gonna do. Yeah, I know. Way to go. That's fucking talent right there, Dan.
Okay.
Yo, dude. Hopefully things go through, man. So we're planning in October, right? Still at the in Edison.
In Edison, different place possibly, hotel possibly.
Oh, different hotel. Okay.
There is no possibly a different hotel this time for sure. Do not stay in
guys. Listen, you know what? I'm coming out and saying it.
My broken shower. It was terrible.
That place was a fucking.
You have no idea.
Dan, can I say something real quick? Before I play the song, man. I just want to shout out a couple places that I've been playing at for a long time. I know everybody's like really affected, so I just want to give a shout out properly. Obviously, Monty Entertainment to Rob and Monty and everybody. Rick Davis, Chris Court, everybody working there. Charlie's Corner, Tara, shout out. Midland Brew House, Jimmy G's, Just Shakes, Spicy's, Talia's, Seashell and LBI, O'Brien's, Susie Q's, Talia's, On the Deck, Hard Rock in Atlantic City. I don't know if you guys have ever been, but that's like the best,
Are you mean
hotel
the
over
Taj
there.
Mahal?
Yeah, it used to be the Taj Mahal, but dude, Hard Rock is like legit, man. It's so cool.
Is Bill Tallarico still there?
Huh?
Bill Tallarico?
Don't worry about Dan. He's name dropping.
Oh, okay. On the Deck, Jenkinson's Bar A, Ringside Pub, Horseneck Tavern right next door, House of Q, Pig and Parrot, Ugly Irishman, Shannon Rose, Blue Ale House, The Hat, Osprey, Murph's, and Yesterday's. And shout out to the nurses. My mom, she's a nurse, so shout out to her. Erica Rivera, my friend, policemen like Robert Hansford, Ryan Kanuski, Lance Vasone, fireman Matt McLaughlin, shout out to you, Gene Carlos, and everybody that's serving us right now. So I just wanted to get that in, man. I'm going to shout them out and everything that I fucking do.
Yeah. My son was doing that part-time, not anymore, but We're watching him a little bit closer now with this shit. But that Peppercorns and Parkridge on the list there.
Peppercorns and Parkridge. I'm sorry, Melissa. No, I didn't mean to fucking leave that out, dude. I knew I was leaving people out.
No,
I wrote that out like so
Dan
fast.
and I got you.
Fuck.
Dan and I got you. Don't worry.
We got you.
Yeah, but no, Peppercorns, man. That is my shit right there. Melissa, I love you. Hopefully you're watching. I don't know if she is, but we love you, man. We're gonna have. She said that she's gonna host like the biggest party after this shit. So you guys are all invited.
She's invited to our party. It's called.
I think we lost Tara. I think Tara's battery died.
Kara was like, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
Tara's battery died, I think.
No, you know what? We can just.
Oh, shout out to Katie Morgan. Katie Morgan too, man. She said she was.
That's awesome.
All right, so play us a song, man.
Yeah, I got. Oh, Chad. Shout out to Chad too, my boy in Wisconsin. The one that you met, Dan. Big Chad.
Oh, that dude. Is that the one who's like
that good?
girlfriend or friend was so fucked up?
I don't know. All right, cheers. I'm gonna play the song called "Holding."
An original.
Oh yeah, this is an original right here.
I wrote it.
So light that shines, and it's bright enough to melt me through my knees. Behind these shades I hide my eyes. Fortunate enough to get to see. Forget the night skies I try to resemble things and match these stars with mine. When every single face feels right, come put your hands in mine, let's watch this light. Your secret code, a hidden code that no one else can find. An electric shock in a perfect rocket in a time of mine. And I'm holding on to you, and holding on to you, holding on. That you haven't won me over. Come and tangle up your body and press on me. Think that you committed murder, 'cause you might have stopped my breathing silently. Your secret code, a hidden code that no one else can find. An electric shock in perfect rock that buried in time. And I'm holding on to you, and I'm holding on to you. There's a secret code, a hidden code that no one else can find. An electric shock in a perfect rock buried in a diamond mine. And I'm holding on to you, holding on, and I'm holding on to you, holding on. Oh. All right, there we go. That was it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Nice
That's a new one.
job,
I got to record that one next week, and then we'll present like a proper studio version. But yeah, what happened to Tara? She's out.
Tara's battery died, and I think that that really was like, in Dan's grand scheme of things, which by the way was this piece of paper.
There you go.
That pretty much gets us, man. Yo, welcome to the group, Sammy, man. I think that you are now our new house band, and
yeah, man, I could play cover all night.
We might have McGill on too at one point too. So James McGill wants to come on too at some point, I think.
Yes.
Man.
We got to get McGill.
Have us both on, man. We'll do like some sync.
Dude, that would be cool if you could figure that out. But so anybody have any big weekend plans?
You're looking at it, bro.
Back to the sofa.
Back to the sofa. Back to our night pajamas. Mm-hmm. But hey, I want to thank everybody. Tara, sorry we lost you there, kiddo.
Wait, you know what we didn't do for Tara? We didn't give. Let's hit Tara's social media, because she definitely was, all over this thing, and we want to make sure we cover her.
Tara's the shit.
Tara is the shit. Tara1Patrick is her Twitter handle. She's like, by the way, she's like the Sapphire side of it. Like, get this. Her Instagram page is Bubba Fettuccine. Bubba Fettuccine.
What the fuck? Boba Fettuccine, like Boba Fett.
Oh, Boba Fett. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, then. Oh, Boba Fett. Oh, I get it.
Oh, my God,
so, Jay. At BOBAFETTAC, like anybody's right, whatever. OnlyFans, TeraPatrick, pretty simple. Website, TeraPatrick.com. That's it. That's as much as I can read for tonight.
And then Sammy, where can people find you on the web?
You could do Sami Eldebs.com. Do you have any? Can you do like any?
Oh, I got you.
Graphics.
You're on the graphics.
Yeah. SamiEldebs.com or Instagram.com/Sami Eldebs Music, Twitter.com, like all that stuff. Shout out to my boys Ratty and Mike. they're drinking a lot of fucking alcohol right now, and like.
Cheers to those guys.
Tara's still watching. My girlfriend Sarah. Shout out to her family.
We go to.
I want to send a shout out to my girlfriend Trixie, who is
Rob Monty. That's I don't even know. Rob, what are you doing right now? I don't even know.
Dude, Rob, nobody has anything better to do. That's the beauty of this.
I know, yeah.
This is the perfect time for this shit. Well, the hour and a half-ish is now turned to an hour and 40 minutes-ish.
40-minute-ish, yes.
Roberta feels like she has something to say. She's like, where do you got to go?
I do want to say something, is that when everything gets back to normal in the Sapphire life, that we 100,000% have our hospitality people in mind. We have an amazing affiliate program for everybody, bartenders, managers, anybody in hotels that can send to Sapphire and make money. And I know it's going to be much needed. So please, 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 let's work together and get everybody back to normal. And we're going to here to help you. And please contact me when you guys are back, and we'll make it happen.
Roberta, we're definitely going to visit you. So me, Rob, and Dan are
we'll track Jay up from Philly. Jay will come
we're gonna have an EXXXOTICA TV party. We're gonna have an EXXXOTICA TV party, and it's gonna go down.
Rob's banned from the club, though.
Is he really?
Is he really?
He's not.
Rob, I can actually see that happening.
No, I'm texting with Rob right now. Rob wants a reply. Rob, you're banned from the club apparently.
No, he's not.
I'm kidding.
Jay, where can people find you?
Shout out to Mike Vargas from Midland Brew House, man. Thanks for watching.
MikeVargas.com. Everybody can see me at EXXXOTICA. You see enough of me. Nobody wants to see me anymore. I just got a text from my family saying, "Dad, hurry up. We're waiting for you to stop." So, I think that might.
You got to go?
Be a sign.
It's just me and my dog Pink. Yes, that's her name, Pink.
Me and my dog.
She's a hardcore goat killer. That's a story for another day.
What is that around your Oh, dude, I used to have one of those things. The when you have your Giants helmet on. It's one of those slam mans, right?
Slam man. Yeah, fucking beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, I had to get rid of that thing. What is that around it?
The Sapphire Championship belt. I am the champion of Sapphire. Jay and I are the tag team champions of Sapphire. We tag teamed every one of those fucking bitches in that fucking place.
Yep. Dan, you better wrap this thing up, or else I'm just going to hit the outro button because,
Guys, everybody, thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys soon. Everybody, stay safe, stay sexy. EXXXOTICA.tv. See you next week.
All right, guys. See you later.
too much.